Once we opened our eyes to this world, we all started with crying. But think how life could have been if all that we did in our entire lifespan was crying, till the last breath. We have all heard about ups and downs in one's life. But what if there were only downs? Talking of a sin, what do you know about a sin or a sinner? Well, probably somebody who commits a sin gets to live in hell after death. So is a sin all about afterlife? What if somebody commits a sin just to protect one's life? Just to live this life? What if it is mandatory for someone to commit a sin? What if one decides to sell her own body? What do you call it? A sin? A conscious sin? Well, I call it the flesh trade. Walking around the maze of human deprivation and degradation that makes up a red light district, I had a crash course in reality. None of the women I encountered had an iota of the rebelliousness that her counterparts projected in popular media. They were no Chameli or Chandramukhi. These prostitutes were broken women, looking scared, caged in brothels. These women have mastered the art of keeping the body away from the soul. This was slavery at its crudest form, flourishing in the middle of a city. And there are red light areas like this in every city, town and village in this country.
हमारे पास लड़का है, आपके भाई के साथ शादी कीजिएगा। हमारे पास बेटी है, आपके भाई के साथ नहीं शादी कीजिएगा। हमारे पास बेटा है, आपके बहन के साथ नहीं शादी कीजिएगा।
Breaking any age-old tradition is not easy for a woman, particularly if she happens to be from rural India. That is much more difficult if she is born in a village where it is customary for every daughter to follow in her mother's footsteps and join the oldest profession in the world. But 52-year-old Chandralekha not only broke the shackles 17 years ago, but also paved the way for others in her village.
हमारे माता पिता वैसे भर्ती में मुझे डाला था, उस समय पूरे गांव में वैसे भर्ती होती। सबसे बड़ी मैं ही थी और हमारे पूरे गांव में हमसे बड़ी बड़ी भी जो महिलाएं थी वो वैसे भर्ती के अलावा इस गांव में पहले कभी शादी नहीं होती थी। बहन कमाती थी और भाई खाते थे।
जैसे पहले लोग जो थे कि 100% माँ बहनों पे आधारित थे, 100% पूरी तरीके से कि बेटी कमाए पूरा खानदान खाए।
जिस समय मैंने अपने बेटी की शादी की थी उस समय मेरे पास 5 रुपए नहीं थे। बहुत सारे लोगों ने कहा कि तुम वैसे भर्ती में डाल दो उस बेटी को।
अच्छा, आपसे भी कहा गया?
मुझसे भी कहा गया, लेकिन मैंने ये भी मैंने दृढ़ संकल्प किया जो जिंदगी हमारी बेटी इसमें नरक में दलदल में फंसी है, अपने बेटी को कभी हरगिज नहीं होने दूंगी, चाहे पत्तल पे पैर इसके पूछ दूँ।
किसी भी समाज में आप हमको ले जाकर डाल के देखिए, मेरी पहचान वही है। कौन है? मीनू है। कहाँ से है? मड़ुआडी से है। किस जगह का है? दिखाना के हिंदी के नाम पर पूछा जाएगा, मुझे बाईजी के नाम पर पूछा जाएगा, मुझे तबाइब के नाम पर पूछा जाएगा, मुझे बेटी बहन नहीं बोलेगा। किस समाज पर ले जाइएगा आप?
After being 27 years in the flesh trade, Chandralekha now teaches at a village school besides working for women's emancipation. This brave woman is from Natpurwa, a hamlet in Hardoi, near Lucknow in UP. As the peculiar history of the village goes, men do not work, and women generation after generation take up prostitution to earn their livelihood. Over the centuries, they silently accepted the custom, taking it as their fate.
कि गांव में जो अब हम जैसी लड़कियां जैसे वैसे भर्ती में डाल दी जाती, वो अशिक्षिता के वजह से। जहां पूरा गांव में जैसे पूरे गांव में वैसे भर्ती होती थी, 3 हिस्सा काट दीजिए, 1 हिस्सा रह गया। धीरे धीरे करके उन लोगों के अंदर जब ज्योति जगेगी अपने आप में शिक्षा की, उस समय लोग भी बदल जाएंगे।
सावन बीते बरस, सावन बीते बरस, जो ना आया
Sadly enough, Natpurwa is not the only village in India where prostitution is a tradition. There are several such examples. Bidia, which is a lower caste community in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh, young girls, often in their teens, engage in prostitution with the consent of the community.
ये 4 महीना के बीच में मैं एक कमरा मांगने गए थे गांव में, हमें कमरा नहीं दिया तो हमको समाज में यहाँ से उठा के समाज में फेंक देगी तो समाज क्या हमको रोटी देगा, हमारे बच्चों को पढ़ने देगा।
Where illiterate women like Chandralekha think that education could be the only power that could rescue such women from their profession, Ajit Singh, president of Guria, an NGO that works for the upliftment of sex workers in Varanasi, thinks different.
Even with education you cannot change. Education in isolation you cannot change, because if you don't find the criminal nexus, if you don't find the crime involved, if you don't find the slavery of the women in the red light area and the control by the brothel keepers and pimps and traffickers, then you can never make a change in the red light area. For all of this, and we thought we were just making educated prostitutes, that's all. Once the children are educated, the brothel keepers and the pimps pull the child into prostitution, and I don't do anything. Because the whole system is like, the structurally these criminals are in control over the women and of course their children.
मैं यही बनी हूँ, यही तबाइब बनी हूँ, यहीं पर हमारी धंधा है, यहीं पर हमारी नाच गाना है, यही हमारी रोजी रोटी है, यही हमारी बच्चा है, यही हमारी घर है, यही हमारी जिंदगी है। मैं यहीं रहूँगी।
It is safe to say that women working in the flesh trade are mostly termed as outcaste in the Indian society. Most of us have come to believe that prostitutes or call girls either work for money or for their own pleasure. But as one goes deeper into the murky world of prostitution, one finds that money and lust are not the only reason for the forced daily torture that these women go through every day.
ये जो है सरकार ने आज तक कोई ध्यान ही नहीं दिया। इतनी सरकारें बदली, इतना शासन बदला, सत्ता बदला, कहीं मुलायम हुए तो कहीं मायावती हुई तो कहीं वहाँ बीजेपी हुई, अटल जी हुए तो कहीं राहुल हुए तो कहीं कोई हुआ। कोई सरकार ने इस देश के लिए, इस गांव के लिए किसी ने कुछ नहीं किया। मैं लखनऊ चला गया, मैं वहाँ से काम करके आया, मैं आने लगा, मम्मी से हमने कहा मजदूरी मत आप करना, हम तुमको कमा के खिलाएंगे, और मगर कोई गलत काम ना करना मम्मी।
If there is some God, He must have made us all equal. Then why this discrimination? Why can't we just accept the reality? Why can't we accept the flesh trade as just another profession? Because the society won't allow it. But who makes the society? Is it not us? Aren't they a part? And fine, if it's really that tough, just provide them with some alternatives. But sadly, even that's not possible at our part. Life is harsh. It believes in playing cruel games. Games that spoil you. Games that destroy you. Games that snatch away the substance in you. It is not really interested in a consensual intercourse, but it rather would like to stalk you. Stalk you like a wannabe rapist. And finally, when humans give in, life plays its dirty game. The game that makes you feel pregnant. Pregnant with responsibilities. Pregnant with emotions. Pregnant with the harsh realities of life. And then one day, this pregnancy suddenly forces you into committing a conscious sin. One of those sins is this flesh trade. We say it's wrong. We say it's criminal. We say it is against the norms. But what do? Simply nothing but ignore.
तो मुझे लोग क्या कहते हैं? एक बेस्या का लड़का है, एक बेस्या का लड़का है ये। जहाँ रंडी खाना है, भड़वा वहाँ के तुम होगे।
देखिए, यहाँ किसी का कोई हस्बैंड नहीं होता। यहाँ तो पैसे के सब हस्बैंड होते हैं।
जो हमारे बाप, अनेक बाप हैं, किस किस को बाप बताएं? तो इसलिए डायरेक्टली आदमी कह देता पैसा बाप है।